the bravest general in the country, when his province was burning, he went on leave. November 2021, the KZN riots, the man disappeared. When SAPS needed him, when the country needed him, he wasn't a brave general. When Mkhwanazi says in portfolio that my issue against his friend Kumalo is an HR issue, understand he makes this allegation as if he's seen the docket. Remember, the docket is classified. By his own admission, he doesn't have top security clearance. Let me discredit Mkhwanazi for you. KZN is the worst performing province out of 9. If you want discreditation, I can play as petty and as personal as he wants to. Remember, he was a major general for 2 months. He was promoted to lieutenant general 2 months later. He became acting national commissioner 2 weeks later. This is the epitome of a politicized policeman. This man feels okay with us spending R500 million investigating 58 murders in KZN. He doesn't say anything about the anti-gang unit dealing with 3,000 murders in the case.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Hot Seat SA. Here is a timeline of public dispute between Fadiel Williams, MP and leader of the National Coloured Congress, and Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi, KwaZulu-Natal Police Commissioner, as best as can be gleaned from available reportings. 8 September 2025, Mkhwanazi's evidence at the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry, he accuses Adams of unauthorized access to classified crime intelligence information and alleged Adams opened criminal cases based on such intelligence without proper basis. The next day, Adams' response, which was 19 September 2025, Adams said the documents found their way into his office and that he forwarded them to the police station. He also called Mkhwanazi a walking contradiction, pointing to jurisdiction issues. October late 2025, Adams lays perjury charges against Mkhwanazi. Adams filed a perjury complaint claiming that Mkhwanazi's testimony included false statements. 31 October 2025, Mkhwanazi says he's not afraid of prosecution. And I have a video, I'll play the video just now. In view of the perjury charges, he said he's not afraid of being prosecuted and will defend his statements. Here is an additional context and notes for you to understand the whole thing. Mkhwanazi said that Adams, although not a member of the Joint Standing Committee on Intelligence, which handles classified intel oversight, accessed top secret intelligence normally reserved for that committee. Adams argued he acted ethically by handing the documents to authorities after they came to his office, and that he is being targeted because he is exposing wrongdoing. The dispute also touches a broader issue: intelligence oversight in South Africa, how MPs handles classified information, and police accountability. It remains unsolved in full. No public conclusion yet on whether the perjury case will proceed to trial or whether the intelligence access allegations will lead to formal charges. Here is a response from Mr. Mkhwanazi responding on the 31st of October 2025.
Or maybe let me start with Mr. Adams. The story is about Mr. Adams gone to police station to open a case against me. We'll deal with that at the ad hoc committee. If there's any case open at the police station, anyone has got the right to open a case. Police must investigate, and if there's a crime committed and the police feels that they must take that into the courts, and the courts, if they decide to prosecute, will prosecute. I was never afraid to be prosecuted. I'm not going to be afraid to be prosecuted now. So if Mr. Adams, who I spoke about in that commission, feels that he must then use the strategy to threaten or intimidate, it's okay. I'm not afraid of that. We already understand which side of the law he is. We'll find each other at the right place. Let it happen. He must bring it on. I will never be afraid of it. I'm still going to go back, I'm told, back to the commission, to the other committee, so we'll appear there and go and explain. And as I've said before, what I presented before the citizen in July, was not my making alone. It was the South African Police Service members, hardworking men and women, who are frustrated. And I'm sure as we are watching what's happening in the commission, we get to hear more and more police officers talking about the frustrations. So I said in my presentation, I've said in my statement, what I'm talking about is information I have. Some of it I read on documents that I'm entitled to read, and some of it is information I received from the colleagues that briefed me on it. So as I presented representing the men and women in blue, where there was any omission or error made, that was not intentional and it's going to be explained. We submit some statements, and I think maybe you might have missed the fact that what was spoken about in Parliament against what was in my statement are two different things. So maybe he needs to get my statement and read it and see where I wrote whatever that he went to open a case on, or else he's opening a case against what I said. What I said is coming from the team, and it's going to be explained when we go back to the Parliament. We'll leave it like that. I can't comment about what's happening in the commission. Everyone is watching it as it unfolds. So what I've said before, what we are comfortable with as law enforcement is that at least that gives us a space to be able to do our work. Because all what we are crying for is an opportunity for us to do our work. So as we do our work and be allowed to do our work, that is the only opportunity that we are crying for. So at least we are seeing some activities happening now. We are quite happy with some of the things that are coming out, so that at least society gets to see the frustration that men and women are facing on a daily basis as we go about their business. We always say police are only responsible for investigating crime, bringing the perpetrators to court. Someone else, another department, take it from there going forward. But if our efforts is frustrated one way or another, we have to find means to make sure that we are able to enforce the law. But if we are frustrated, like in this sense, in extent that it happened, we were left with no options but to bring it to the attention of the public. And I'm glad the President took the decision he took to establish a commission. And I'm happy that Parliament is embarking on the process that they're busy with. That will help us all. So that's all we can comment on for now. So please, may I ask yourselves, your fellow colleagues, never to ask many questions about the commission again, never to ask me any questions about what's happening in Parliament. It's a process of Parliament, it's a process of the head of committee of the President. I'm just a small part that to contribute a piece that I contributed, and the rest of our colleagues are appearing there, contributing their part. It's not about me, it's about the South African Police Service. So I would like to be given that space in future. Thanks so much. Okay, colleagues.
Welcome to the fire where the stakes ignite, where the questions burn hotter than the night. No escape once you're locked in the heat. This is your trial on the hot seat.